Today marks the 1 year mark of being in our tutoring company building. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to do a little bit of a recap. We're going to walk through the highs and the lows and also what I'm going to be doing differently as we add on a second building at the end of this month. I hope you enjoy. So let's backtrack. If you don't know me, my name is Rebecca Beard. I own a test prep and tutoring company. I'm a licensed teacher in the state of Florida. And oh yeah, I have 3 kids and the oldest right now is in kindergarten. So my life is a little crazy. That all being said, in 2023, I launched my own tutoring company. So what kind of that meant is I started tutoring again on the side, like I've been doing for a long time. And I was actively teaching at the time on top of 3 kids. So yes, was it crazy? Absolutely. But what quickly happened is I started growing and scaling and working a good bit so that by mid-2024, I was able to leave my teaching job and pretty much tutor full-time while also onboarding contractors that came and supported me to handle all these different clients. Now let's fast track. In 2024, in the summer, I was hiring, I was cranking out of the library. I had a little sublease at a building, did not love it there, but I was feeling a little bit homeless. We were bursting at the seams. I hated being at the library all day, mostly just because they wouldn't let me eat and I was like smuggling in sandwiches. Sorry, Niceville Library. But that being said, I knew we had a problem, but I was just really nervous because our prices were a little bit lower at the time. And I was like, how am I going to be able to afford a building? So fast track, I found one that I absolutely loved. And then in October 2024, we took a massive leap. Thankfully, my husband does work full time, so we knew like we were going to keep the house and it was going to be okay. But outside of that, it was super stressful. In this picture here, you're going to see me and my spouse, and this is before we moved into this building, and we're holding our 3 girls that are obviously older now. But in October 2024, we had a team of about 20 teachers, and a lot of them were still like working out of libraries too. And we moved into the building. We bootstrapped it. We did not take out a loan. We Facebook marketplaced everything, and we just buckled down. And honestly, in October, I took home a big whopping $0. And then November and December, I didn't take home that much either. So that's kind of how it all started with this building. But stay tuned because things got a lot better as the year went on. A couple months into renting this new building, I got smart. We got tired of being burnt out. I was juggling with sales calls. I was absolutely exhausted while tutoring ton. And the way we got smart is we hired a salesperson, which when you originally think about it, you're like, okay, you're not making a ton, then you're going to add more on payroll. But it actually game changed things big time. We increased our prices. She took sales calls and we started converting like no other. And that actually was kind of the key moment to where I'm like, okay, we can really grow and scale. And I actually started taking home a real salary, which obviously was a huge blessing for our family, just to be able to pay for expenses with 3 kids and, keep a roof over our head. But there were some highs and lows still, and I'm going to go into a little bit of the lows and the things that I won't be doing again. So with those lows, this is what I will not be doing again. Number 1 is hiring people who do not respect me. It is challenging being a woman business owner, though we are technically co-owned with my spouse. I am the main operator. And being a women business owner, especially in your 30s, presents some challenges. And I had some teachers that worked for me that did not respect me, try to take advantage of me. And honestly, I should have showed them the door sooner, and I will not be making that mistake again. It's toxic for the culture. It was toxic for my family life, all of the above, never again. Number 2 is trying to solve every dang problem myself. I quickly learned that I needed to lean on others, and others wanted to help me solve these little problems that come up. The more problems that I reallocated to other people, the more time I was able to invest in my business and scale. It was scary adding more hours on my admin team just because that's still more money out the door, but my bandwidth exploded and I was able to focus on things that are now driving us into our next step and hopefully breaking 7 figures next year. And then number 3 sounds silly, but it was waiting too long to run Google ads. I made the mistake and I started with meta ads, which are a little easier to set up. But what I should have done is, if you run a local business, and now we're starting to get a little bit more online too, you got to run Google search ads. Those are a gold mine. Take the time to learn them. Pay for a real training course. Don't just watch YouTube videos. I wish I had done that sooner. That exploded things really, really quickly. And then honestly, number 4, and I got fussed at by a mentor, and it honestly changed my life, is I need to get my head out of the books. And what I mean by that is I was doing and micromanaging too much of the finances, to the point that it was taking hours and hours each week. Because I was spending so much time doing that, I wasn't able to grow and scale and appropriately pour into my teachers and my business. Those may sound counterintuitive, because you're like, wait, you're saving money because you're spending more time doing the bookworks. No, on that point, if you are the business owner, you have to be working on the business, not exclusively in the business. Even with all those negatives, we've had some major positive wins. My first one, and it sounds weird to start here first, but I have onboarded a rockstar admin team, and we are continuing to grow on that end. It doesn't just buy back my time, but honestly, it's kind of grown in a community. I feel a little bit less alone day in and day out, and I work with a really solid group of ladies that honestly help keep my sanity and make this job even more fun. I cannot do it without them, in all honesty. Number 2 is we have 4 extra reading program in the last 6 months, and it's continuing to scale. We have actually turned off advertising on our reading group till we are situated in what's going into our second building. We are adding on a second building because of our location, our proximity, and people are just noticing us driving by, to facilitate that growing reading group and our sold out classes. So because of this building, we have had so much exciting and explosive growth that we are needing a second building, and I am just super excited about what that will hold. So to wrap up, it's been a year. I am so thankful for this journey, and even with the bumps and the bruises along the way, it's been such a blessing. I hope you find this video motivating, and you can let me know in the comments where you are at if you are trying to grow and scale a tutoring business. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, go ahead and check out our link below or the link in the bio. And we do have 30-minute coaching sessions available. I hope to chat with you soon.